Hey guys, welcome to the 11th episode of the No Hype Zone. I'm Seth, this is Lance. We took a week hiatus here. It was Easter last week, so we were off. We had family stuff to do and whatnot. We're transitioning now into the summer-ish time of the sports year, where we have the NBA playoffs, which are in full swing, the the wild NHL playoffs, I must say.
Wow.
We just had the Masters last week. Which is pretty crazy for Tiger. Good for him, you know.
Good for the
Give him a lot of props. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. What else do we have? We have the NBA draft coming up. We have the NFL draft, which the first round was yesterday because today is Friday. What else do we have going on?
We got coming into the summer. You're gonna have WNBA, which I'm a huge fan of. The Mercury is one of the best teams out there. And there's a lot of different teams out there. You got the NBA draft that you just hit on. You got more golf. You got NASCAR that's gonna be in full swing.
Have you been in NASCAR?
I did. I used to back in the day. I used to like what's that boy? Jeff Gordon.
Okay.
And I used to like Earnhardt before he got hurt. Before he passed.
Yeah.
It was like early 2000s. I was
Okay.
into. In 90s, early 2000s, I was watching them, and that was during the time I was trying to get into alternative sports other than basketball, football, and baseball. I started watching golf because of Tiger.
Right.
Started watching tennis because of Serena and Venus. I just found myself being interested in different sports. I tried to get into the NASCAR, which I did. I liked the cars. It was either you was driving a Monte Carlo or you was driving a Ford Taurus, Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
So I just try to identify the cars. But yeah, I
couldn't do it. I went to one NASCAR event out here at the PIR. Pretty wild, pretty loud. I mean, I remember typing on my phone to talk to my friend who was sitting next to me. That's how loud it was because we couldn't even hear, next to each other.
Yeah, I never been to an event, but I did follow it on TV, and it's pretty fun kind of watching it. But like you said, I've heard that it's like
crazy loud, man.
Yeah.
I had to buy earplugs.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
What else we have going on? So baseball will be in full swing.
Yeah.
I mean, once the NHL and NBA playoffs end, I mean, it's just strictly baseball. A lot of people are like, "Oh, baseball's boring," like the lull of baseball. I like it. I enjoy it. I can sit down and watch, a random game of like the Twins versus the Indians or something like that on a Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
I can't. I'm sorry. My thing is after the All-Star game, it becomes a little bit more exciting because everybody's fighting for the races.
Right.
Then you got the trades that already happened because everybody had their fire sales.
Yeah.
Being a lifelong or dealing with the Cubs, I was used to them always having their fire sales. That's one thing my father used to bring up. Hey, this is fire sale time, and so this is where the teams kind of solidify who's going to make it to the playoffs, and so it gets a little exciting. But playoff time, I will sit down and watch a whole game. It's just kind of hard throughout the season.
Yeah.
Just watching the games. Yeah.
But with that being said, let's jump into our first subject, which is the first round of the NFL draft.
Okay.
And I guess because we are in Arizona, the biggest buzz is their first pick, Kyler Murray. They ended up doing it. I guess if I'm in the hype, I'm kind of excited to see what he can do in the NFL with his skill set. Very exciting, explosive player. But when I'm in the no hype zone, Cardinals, what are you doing? Remember, this is just an opinion show. Like, what are you guys doing? You already have Josh Rosen. What are the three main corner pieces of a franchise? My opinion is a quarterback, an offensive lineman, and an edge rusher. Okay, so you already have your quarterback in Josh Rosen.
Right.
You could have used your first pick to grab like Quinnen Williams or Nick Bosa.
Okay.
So you have your edge rusher.
Right.
I mean, they picked up Terrell Suggs, who's 137 years old, local boy.
Yeah.
They have Chandler Jones, but he's older as well. So you need this young guy who could be a cornerstone of your defense for the next 10 years. And so my opinion was, pick up Bosa or Quinnen Williams with that first pick, and then with your second round pick, take an offensive lineman, and then you can have like a good O lineman for a couple of years, But now what are you gonna do with Rosen?
Well, this is how I see it. We were talking about the ticket factor, the wow factor. Offense sells tickets. Defense wins games all day long. You need a defense.
Who was saying that? What was your client's name again? Brian. Yes.
Yeah. So
but you had a great point.
Yeah. Offense sells, and who else is more electrified than Kyler Murray right now? Josh Rosen, just like you said, I believe that he is. I believe that put him in the right system, he can turn out to be a Brady. He can turn out to be Drew Brees. He can turn out to be one of those quality quarterbacks. I really like Rosen.
Yes.
I didn't understand how they was just skipping him. I thought we're bringing in what's his name, Kingsler, or the coach?
Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. Bringing in Kingsbury, I thought that we was going to be able to develop Rosen, but he just, picked someone he's familiar with, which is the Kylas and because back in the
Those
day,
athletic guys.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield and the Johnny Manziel. He wants that type of quarterback.
And remember, he had Patrick Mahomes as quarterback in college, man.
So, and I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the most exciting players in the NFL. That's why I was kind of hoping that the Chiefs would beat the Patriots so that we could have seen.
I'm actually talking myself into this Kyler Murray thing right now, just by saying that Patrick Mahomes thing, because he could be a good pocket passer, but if he has to use his legs to make a play if the pocket breaks down, I think he can do that.
Right.
But I hope that, the offensive line for the Cardinals last year they were 32nd in pass protection.
That's
32nd.
That's terrible.
How many teams are there in the NFL? 32.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
So they need to revamp that offensive line.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will work out for them in the end, I feel like the front office, this is riding on them right now.
Well, if you're not going to go ahead and shore up that offensive line, then you need somebody who can run out that pocket. So that's the advantage of having a Kyler Murray.
I get your point there.
Because if we got to figure out what's the solution to this. We don't have the drafts to pick up some stud that's going to change the way the offensive line is going to be. So we got a mobile quarterback. That gives us a little bit more, flexibility with the offense.
Yep.
So, again, I'm not a Cardinal fan, but I'm excited because I do want a buzz here in Arizona.
Sure.
I think it's about time.
Like a national buzz too.
National buzz. This is one of the most. This is a beautiful state. The weather is beautiful all the time, and for us not to be attracting the top celebrities, especially being so close to Los Angeles and being so close to Vegas. This should be a hotbed for athletes. We got a lot of celebrities that live out here, but the athletes is a problem. So with that being said, hopefully the Cardinals can go big with this one. I'm happy with the Raiders, what they did. I know that's
what did they do? They got 3 picks, right?
Yeah, we got a safety, a running back. We got the running back from Alabama, who's a beast.
Yep.
And then we got Clinton Farrell, the guy from Clemson.
He's got a funky name. Clinton or something like that.
Them Clemson boys, the Power Rangers, they were beasts.
Oh, yeah, you see that picture? That was funny.
They beast.
Yeah, but people don't realize, because we were so obsessed with Alabama this year, we kind of forgot about Clemson, those D linemen, those D ends. 3 or 4 of them got taken in the first round?
So you got Quentin Williams, who won. That's my favorite of all the 4 of them.
Okay. No, he's on Alabama. We're talking about the Clemson guys.
I'm sorry. Okay, you got Farrell. You got Farrell. You got Wilkins,
who got picked up by
Miami.
Okay.
You got Dexter Lawrence, who had the troubles with when he got tested for he banned out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you got him out. Who else?
I think is that it?
Yeah, you got those 3 in. But, I'm sorry about going to the Alabama, but Williams, I really like him too from Alabama.
Too, man.
I thought that, he's
a big kid.
He's a monster.
Do you see him walk out there on stage?
He's a monster.
Holy cow.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And a lot of people, and just segueing into next, the Giants, who need a quarterback, right? Just the general consensus is you need a quarterback.
Yep.
And they picked this guy from Duke, which fascinates me because he doesn't even grade out as a first-round guy, not even a second-round guy. They could have, in my opinion, they could have gotten a better quarterback. I'm not trying to be a homer, I'm not trying to be, in my hype when I say Dwayne Haskins, but he's a pretty good quarterback out of college,
I thought that he was
50 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage.
Yep.
I feel like they could have picked a quarterback at 5, and then would have picked, picked Dwayne Haskins at 5. I'm sorry.
6.
Picked at 6.
Yep.
They could have picked a defensive guy. If they really wanted that guy from Duke, he still would have been there at 17.
Yeah,
they could have gotten a better defensive pick at 6. So I'm confused on what Dave Gettleman is doing over there.
Unless they've seen something in him, that Brady factor, because Brady was not on the radar either. And unless they seen something and they think that they got an advantage on the rest of the league, that's the only thing I can use to justify why they picked him 6. Because I know you need a quarterback. You got Manning in his last days. This guy,
This is gonna be his
he's
last
coming
season.
from Duke.
Yeah.
He's got some sense and he got some smarts to him. So if you can get Eli to kind of mentor him, with all his fumbles, Eli is still, 2-time Super Bowl champion.
Right.
I'm sure wisdom from Peyton, he can develop into maybe the steal of the draft.
Yeah. And the Duke head coach was Eli and Peyton's quarterback coach. So I think that might have helped the Giants with their decisions.
So that's good. That's good. Yeah. Good reason.
And then speaking of, sticking with the quarterbacks, Haskins got picked 15th by the Redskins, which is a great pick. But I don't know why he's so mad. Yeah. We were talking about this morning. Like, you got picked in the first round, man. Like, why are you so upset?
Being picked by the Washington Football Club he didn't think he should have went down that far, and for some reason, his pro days or whatever was going on, nothing ever seemed to pan out right. I don't know the reporter, but he was really negative against Kyler Murray, and then all of a sudden, everything spun upward for Kyler Murray because they realized that this guy was being overly critical.
Right.
But somehow in that situation, Haskins' stock fell all the way down, and that shit.
How does your stock fall when you don't play a game? I don't understand how that whole thing works, man.
I don't know. He's the prototypical quarterback. He has the height. He has the size. He can take a blow.
A laser rocket arm. Great accuracy, 70%, that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
What's the guy that was with the Raiders? Jamarcus
Russell.
Yeah, I don't know if he reminds them of Jamarcus Russell. He has that size, that same type of demeanor.
Yeah.
And everybody thought Jamarcus Russell was going to turn out to be the next it, and next thing you know, he was.
I feel like with Jamarcus, his mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
He didn't study film. He didn't practice. I mean, he ballooned up. I mean, once he got his $83 million from his rookie contract, he kind of like, I got my money. Okay, I'm cool. And he started drinking that purple drink.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I don't think Blaine will be that guy. I think he's a little bit smarter than that and has good people around him. So I'm not trying to be, I'm a huge Ohio State nerd. I'm not trying to be like, he should went higher. But he went in the first round, man. Like, I'm proud of him. Washington's going to have a good quarterback for, I think, a long time.
Yeah, Washington needs stability at that position.
Yeah.
They tried to do something when they picked up Cousins, and Cousins got hurt. So that, my cousin's a huge Redskin. I Washington Football Club fan. My Santana, my barber, shouts out to the Firm Barbershop. I got my hat on because I ain't got my hair cut. But the Washington football team, I know he's a huge fan, and all you guys as Washington fans, hopefully this will be the start of something good for you guys.
Yeah. Local guy, N'Keal Harry.
Man, that's Patriots. What I want to talk about. N'Keal, congratulations, boy. Yeah. You and Chase, I don't know what Chase is doing, but...
is he in the draft this year?
I don't know. I ain't see him in the draft. He might go second, third. I don't know, fourth. Okay. I don't know if he's in the draft. I didn't follow that, but, N'Keal and Chase, local boys, and close to heart. I know they know my son, Lance, and hang out with Twan and all them guys. So, with all that being said, congratulations, N'Keal. You two-sport athlete. You killed it over at Chandler. You did your thing at Arizona. You one of them kids that other kids out here in Arizona need to look up to, because once they start playing football, they get detoured into all different stuff. They start messing with all the stuff they don't need to mess with, or their head gets blown up, and you stayed the course. I know the peers that you was around, and you had a lot of people that could have drug you down, and you still rose above all that. So congrats to you, and now you're in a great franchise with the Patriots. So when you come back for the summer, man,
come talk to us, man.
Come talk to us, man.
I'm so curious how that offense is run.
Yeah.
How they scheme their routes and whatnot. Yeah. Man, that'll be really cool to pick his brain if we can get you out here.
Yeah, you're a beast. You're a beast, N'Keal. And like I said, hopefully we can find out if Chase go in the next 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah. It'd be good, because that's just local boys that just actually made it. It's some good stuff.
Absolutely. Any other talking points in the first round? This is a record number of defensive linemen taken. Yeah. And how about this trend too? Only one running back got taken late in the first round.
Yeah.
The last 10 years, running backs have been really devalued with people throwing a lot. How their offense is run. It's becoming more of a spread kind of type game, not like air raid or anything like that, like from college. But I mean, people don't realize this, but the Patriots run like a pseudo spread offense. I mean, Brady's in the gun like 80% of the time. They have 4 guys wide all the time. Where they barely hand the ball off anymore.
Right.
I think the few teams that do hand the ball off are like the Cowboys, the Ravens. Now with their with what's his name in there at quarterback. Forgot his name from Louisville.
Okay.
Hopefully he can develop into a good passer because I mean you need to pass in this league with the new league rules and whatnot.
Okay.
So I don't even know how many running backs are left in the draft, but only one taken in the first round and super late in the first round.
And that doesn't make sense to me because to me the running back position is one of the hardest positions. You take the most punishment. And for them to devalue that position is crazy. You use the running back, like you said, in the spread. You use him in the backfield. So it's not like he's as a blocker. Yeah. It's like 3 positions, and yet still you're going to tell me that you're not worth, my defensive tackle is worth more than you, or my wide receiver who may get the ball every 1 out of 4 possessions is more valuable. I could pay him $200 million, but I got a running back that's an every possession running back. It's crazy. That's why the Raiders had to...
Look at this, though, man. DN, D lineman, DN. It's crazy.
This is why the Raiders had to pick up Josh Jacobs because they didn't anticipate Marshawn Lynch.
He's retiring, right? Did I see that?
Right.
On the bottom line there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they didn't anticipate him retiring, and they need a every possession type running back, and this guy fits the bill. So, like I said, I just don't understand, running backs not being... getting the money that they deserve. Yep. But then you see people like, I like Le'Veon and I like those other guys, but you see the egos that go along with it. So maybe it's a way of just trying to neutralize the egos and trying to let them know, hey, you come in here, you might be used a lot, but don't think that you're bigger than the team. That type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? No, I agree with you on that.
Yep.
Well, the first round was yesterday.
Yes, sir.
We got what rounds? 2, 3, and 4? Or 2 and 3 today, then 4, 5, and 6 on Saturday.
Yep.
So I'm a Bills fan. We got Ed Oliver. Good work. I don't know how he fell that far, but I think because if the Giants would have picked not a quarterback in the first or with their first pick, we probably would have gotten him. So just being a Bills homer, I guess
So I'm gonna be in the hype. I'm happy with what the Raiders did, and no hype. I'm still scared of Gruden. I don't know what Gruden is gonna do. So I said it 2 days ago. I'm waiting on the Raiders to be that team I can brag about. The Bears, too. I love my Chicago Bears. The Bears, the only problem with the Bears is that every time I get to the point where I'm like, okay, Bears about to do something, they drop the ball.
Yeah.
Or management finds a way to get rid of a player, and I'm like, I can't keep dealing with this. And, at least with the Raiders, they're going to be bad. They might keep a few people, other than what Gruden did the past 2 years, but they'll keep people for a while. You can get into the team, and, the Bears seem like every time somebody gets good, they're ready to go ahead and trade them off and just keep this lovable loser attitude, and that as a fan, that has never been one of my things, especially watching my father be a Cubs fan forever. So,
And then just to wrap the draft up, I guess, if you guys... let us know how you feel about Arizona's pick, since a lot of our viewers are from Arizona. So let's see if you guys think Kyler Murray is going to be the guy or not the guy. But that's yet to be seen, I guess.
Hopefully he does.
Yep. All right, so there's the NFL. We're going to go on to the NBA, which is your forte.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want to start with this. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, a lot to go over. It's been 2 weeks. I mean, the first round is still going on right now.
Yeah.
Who is going on right now?
Well, we got the Denver and
San
Antonio, which is a great series right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that San Antonio upset Denver. I know a lot of people don't want to see that, but I'm hoping San Antonio upsets Denver. It's just something about Denver. I like Joker. I'm not a huge fan of Murray. That's in the hype. Out of the hype, Murray is a beast.
Yeah.
Joker is a beast.
Yeah.
But it's just something about that team. I don't need to see them in the second round. Joker's good, but I'm done.
I want to see Denver move on, because how often do we see Denver in the playoffs?
Yeah.
How often do we see same old San Antonio?
Yeah, but this San Antonio is not the Duncan.
Fatigue. Agreed.
It's not the Duncan team, and you got this. I forgot the boy's name. I think it's Green. He has the hair, but I like Rudy Gay. I'm a fan of Patty Mills. DeMar DeRozan's sweet jump shot, especially with the Bleacher Report Game of Zones that came out the other day. Of course,
it's getting me hooked on that.
It's funny. Yeah. The Game of Zone came out 2 weeks ago with Damon Lillard singing 4 bars, and then what he do? He totally destroyed this dude right here, Westbrook. Oh my goodness! Can I go into my Westbrook soliloquy?
I'm gonna go off in the corner.
Nah,
I
you
think
ain't gotta
he
go.
wants the spotlight right
Listen,
here.
listen.
He can stand right in the center.
I don't need
That's
that
what I'm talking about.
spotlight. Just really quick.
All right, go ahead.
It kind of
Take
hurt
your
me.
time. Take your time.
Nah, just, I told you I picked out the headstone and the casket. I seen it coming after game 3. The worst thing that could have happened to the Thunder in that series was the way that they poked at Damon. Damon was having an average game 3. Then all of a sudden, right before the third quarter, Russell starts rocking the baby, and he looks over, and Schroeder is rocking the baby.
Why is he rocking the baby? What does that mean?
Well, Damon Lillard's old nickname was the baby back in the State Farm commercials, but also Russell had twins, and Russell this season has all been about rocking the baby, so that's been his little signature.
Okay.
So with that being said, I just think the Thunder acted. I was embarrassed to be a Thunder fan because for us just to win that one game and then talk that trash and we was down by 2. Again, I'm being in the hype right now. It was crazy to see them just get their behind spanked and then, feel like, oh, we don't have to talk about it. No, let's talk about it. What are we going to do this summer, Russell? Russell, we need you to go on the lake and go hang out with Magic. I need you to go to the Hornets Hive and go hang out with Michael. Go on the Bird's Nest and go talk to Larry. You need to do something. You need to talk with other champions on learning one word, poise. You get poised, ain't nobody can stop you. You're one of the baddest players I've ever seen. But if Russell can get poised, no stopping it. And I'm still riding Russell. That's why I wore the shirt today. I took the heat the other day. I had people calling me left and right, telling me I'm picking losers. I still believe that Russell's got a championship coming down the line. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm used to hearing that with Michael and Kobe, and I think Russell is in that category. Disagree with me as much as you want to, but that is nobody plays harder. So with that being said, I hate to say it, my father, like I said, was a lifelong Cub fan. I'm used to him always saying, well, come see, come sign, wait till next year, that type of thing. So that's what I got to do again with Russ. I got to say, hopefully he gets his act together, and we think beyond the first round. We need some more players. I still think we need a system.
And a
shooter, but with the system. We need a system. Nobody want to hang this on Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan did great. He improved, but yet still offensively we didn't have a system there. And bam, with that being said, hero ball will not work in today's NBA. It will not work whatsoever.
Third time the Thunder have been knocked out in the first round.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook and et al. Have only won 4 total playoff games in the 3 years since the departure of
The KD.
Kevin Durant.
Yep.
I want to give, let's give Portland some props here.
Yes, sir.
We got to give props where props are due.
Yes, sir.
Because they had Nurkic, who was injured.
Yep.
Damian Lillard went off.
Went
CJ
off.
McCollum.
Beyond went off. That dude was in terrorist mode. I mean, Damian Lillard is one of the top 3 point guards. And if, like I told you, if anybody else had did what he did that game when I would have had a T-shirt the next day.
Yeah.
If Jordan would have hit that shot, and he hit a shot against Byron Russell back in the day, that was his signature. Kobe's had his signature shot. But if the way that Damian Lillard hit that shot, going for 50 and waving off to OKC, that was one of the most cold-blooded shots I've ever seen.
I got ice in my veins. Who am I? I got D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah,
I
was about to say, I love D'Angelo. That's what made me like Brooklyn. But with that shot, Damian Lillard, again,
cold-blooded killer.
Cold-blooded killer.
He looks at the camera like,
yep, it's nothing. Everybody else cheering, and he's like,
that's how it should be. He's like, he probably expected that shot to go in.
Yeah, and he's ready for a second-round opponent. He
Yeah.
even said that in the post-interview. He said, one of the things that motivated me was all the trash talking that these boys were doing. So that's just tell you, if you ain't...
Don't poke the bear, man.
Don't poke the bear, and until you get something, you don't sit around there pumping your chest. Unless you Michael and you got 6 rings, or you even LeBron, you done been to the finals 8 straight times. You can pump your chest. You can get a little bit of swag going on. But if you were just going out in the first round, you don't have no reason to be sitting around there woofing at nobody, talking about I own anybody. Again, I'm a huge Russell fan. That doesn't mean I agree with all his antics. And if Russell heard this, Russell probably, like in his normal nature, he can care less what anybody said. And that's one of the reasons why I respect that. So it's not to change him. It's just that he needs to just get better, like your word. awareness.
Self-awareness,
More
man.
self-awareness of what's going on, because there's people like me who would defend him to the end, and he needs to understand that his actions and the things that he does hurts fans like me in the hype. Out of the hype, Russell, you got to get your game together. You just plain and simple. If I wasn't a Russell Westbrook fan, I'll be a huge critic of the spontaneous and the erratic play. But, you know, I'm biased because I've been riding with him since UCLA, and I'm just being honest. In my height, I'm crazy about him. Outside the height, there's got to be improvement going into next
Work
year.
on your jump shot, work on your free throws.
Yes, sir.
I think he's a 55 or 60% free throw shooter.
Yes, sir.
And then from the floor, I mean, jump shots alone, he was like 30-something%.
Everybody else went up, though.
3-point was 20-something.
Yeah, well, he was everybody else had a better season. Again, not making an excuse for him. He just did what he had to do.
Yeah.
For everybody else, he had to transition. But like you said, that takes away, if we keep staying on Thunder, that takes away from the Portland greatness. I think C.J. McCullough is a diamond in the rough that the league needed to know about Damian Lillard and C.J. McCullough. So it's about time for that. Props.
We've been talking about that on the show, you know? Like, hey, who are the guys we need to watch that no one talks about?
Mm-hmm.
And Lillard's one of them, right? D'Angelo Russell's another one. Joker's another one.
Joker's one. You know, of course, with, you know, I don't know, you know, we've been talking about Harden, but Harden needs more hype to me. Harden is ridiculous.
Getting a lot of, he'll be MVP this year.
Yeah, easy. I mean, the way he cooking up stuff and as hot as he is, I love that Bleacher Report thing when he's like, whoa, it lit up the kitchen.
Yeah.
The NBA is very good right now. Boston is in the mix.
They won 4 games to nothing.
Kyrie is magician.
Yeah.
You got Toronto, Kawhi.
4-1 against Orlando.
Giannis looking like a monster.
Who'd they play again?
They played.
Wasn't Indianapolis, was it?
No,
because Boston played Indianapolis.
They played Miami. Yeah, Milwaukee played Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they played Miami.
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
But they was number 1 seed, and not Miami. Miami didn't make it. Let's see who they played.
Regardless, they won 4 games to nothing. But going back to the West real quick, because you're talking about the East.
Yep.
Yeah. We got Dan coming in here. Dan's going to come on our show eventually, talk UFC and boxing. But he's kind of... Look in here real quick. Say hi. This is Dan. Big UFC nerd, so we're going to talk UFC eventually.
Come on, Dan, get in here, man.
We need his expertise, you know?
They played Detroit. Oh, okay. Milwaukee played Detroit. Toronto played Orlando. Philly played Brooklyn. And Boston played Indiana. And Milwaukee, like you said, Giannis dominated. Toronto, Kawhi dominated. Philly is very. I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
I was about to say Philly is one of them teams now. You're gonna love watching them. Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, and Embiid is must-see TV to me.
Once Ben Simmons can get a jump shot, then I'm sold on him. But you put him 8 feet or more away from the basket.
Right.
He has no jumper, but he's a 6'10" point guard, like kind of like Magic, very long. Just he needs a shot. He and Westbrook need to go to like jump shot school or something, you know, which is too bad. And then going into the West, I just want to give a shout out to Lance's sister Francesca. So she's a Golden State Warriors fan. I hope she watches this.
No,
she needs to watch
it's not a Golden State fan. Between her and everybody in my family.
Is she a bandwagon?
I don't know what they said San Francisco ties are. We don't have any San Francisco ties. You know, at least I admit the Lakers and the Bulls because we live in that. But
what I'm trying to say is, so it's Game 6 tonight, Golden State and the Clippers.
Conspiracy.
And there's a conspiracy theory that she has that, they want the games to go longer because, you know, sponsorships and more viewerships and more games mean more people watch and yada, yada, yada.
So James would agree with that. You know that,
really?
Right? You know if James
So by that logic, then how come every game doesn't go 7 games in every single series? I don't understand that. Why does some games go sweeps? Why does some games go... Most of the series have been 4-1. 4-0 or 4-1. Look at the East. 4-0 or 4-1. Look at the West.
So there's
4-0 or 4-1, except for 2.
There's Golden State arrogance. There's New England Patriots arrogance. There's not Dallas Cowboy arrogance. There's LeBron arrogance. And when those 3 parties get together, when they lose or something doesn't go right, it's automatically a conspiracy.
Yeah, why has it got to be something nefarious? Why can't it be, hey, the Clippers were better that day?
They was.
Or for 2 games.
They was. They wanted more. They was upset by Klay Thompson doing the interview talking about the opponents in the next round. Patrick Beverly is not one of those people that you're gonna tell him, "I'm gonna look over you." Doc Rivers is one of the best coaches in the league. That team, Montrezl Harrell, is a monster. You got Sweet Lou Williams is the most underpaid NBA ball player in the league. That Clippers team is ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, that was just a statement most Golden State Warrior fans make because they just don't believe that they lose in the Oracle.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
We haven't won a series 4-0. Oh my God! There must be something wrong. There's a conspiracy.
And the funny thing is, I don't think that they're gonna come out and win tonight. I think that when they go to LA, you just gave the Clippers some blood. I think that they're gonna win the series. They might win in 7.
Sure.
And who knows? They might come out tonight lightning hot. No, because KD is unstoppable. As long
he has
as
like 33 points one game, 38 points another game. Like, yeah, you can't stop him.
you can't stop him.
He's probably the best player in the planet right now.
Best player in
This
the
coming from
planets.
LeBron. This is coming from a LeBron fan. Durant is probably the best. LeBron's on his decline.
Yeah.
Durant, give it to you.
No hype. LeBron is still the GOAT for this era,
Right.
the GOAT.
Right.
But you're right, he's in the decline. It's like the Wizards, when Michael was playing with the Wizards. Everybody want to say that Michael was terrible for the Wizards. If you look at the stats, Michael wasn't terrible for the Wizards. The Wizards just wasn't great. And it wasn't his standard he wasn't playing to the standard he was playing with in Chicago.
Yeah.
However, he was better than the average player in the NBA during that time. He was still giving everybody the business. So LeBron is still that player. I think that we got a year, maybe 2 years left for him to get a good shot at a championship. So, but KD is not just the best player on the planet. I think KD is the best player in the galaxy.
Correct.
And with that being said,
I agree.
With that being said,
I agree.
And it's a cheat code when you're dealing with Golden State. Automatic. You remember playing double dribble back in the day?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Or what's another game? NBA. I remember
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam 2K.
yeah.
And you put in those cheat codes.
Oh yeah, you like dunk for the 3-point line
Man.
or like never miss a jump shot or something like that.
That's Golden State.
Yeah.
Golden State is the ultimate cheat code. They find a way just to make it look easy in what they do. Houston is looking like that right now too.
Even Harden had a bad game. He didn't hit a shot, and they still won.
But Chris-
Went 0 for 14, and they still pulled it off, or 0 for 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
14 points or something.
Yeah.
But I want to transition into. Do you have anything else for NBA?
No, that Utah is out. I have nothing else. Utah. I just want to give shots out to them. I think that they're an up and coming team next year. The Spurs are doing good with Denver, and that's it. We're gonna see what the Clippers do with Golden State, and congratulations, Portland.
Yeah. I don't want to transition. I want to use the NBA as my platform for the NHL.
Okay.
In the NBA, there's 8 seeds, right? 8 seeds in the East and the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the last 35 plus years, I believe, no team that's seeded 5, 6, 7, or 8 has made it to the finals.
Okay.
Whereas, so we kind of know it's kind of, there's some, what am I trying to say here? It's very linear, that's what I'm trying to say. In hockey, who knows what's going to happen? You could get a hot goalie. Perfect example, Tampa Bay broke records for the regular season in points and in wins. They lost 4-0 in the playoffs. Number 1 seed. Calgary, number 1 seed in the West, lost. Columbus Blue Jackets, who beat Tampa Bay, 8 seed. Now they're slated to be one of the best teams in hockey, all from beating the best team in hockey. So you never know. I feel like hockey players are, you want to talk about craziness? They are absolutely crazy. 3 Game 7s, you want to talk about conspiracy? Francesca, there's 3 Game 7s in hockey. That's a conspiracy. And the first round, so that's pretty wild.
Well, who's the top team in hockey? So Tampa Bay Lightning, they was the top.
They were the top team.
Francesca be
Now
wearing
they
Tampa
are
Bay jersey.
out.
Well, they out now. Okay, so
They're
whoever's
out.
the champion this year, she'll be rocking their jersey next year. That's
Fair enough.
they all-
There you go.
Whoever.
The Capitals, who were the Stanley Cup winners last year, Game 7, out. That was against Carolina. Who else? We have the Islanders played Pittsburgh with Sid the Kid. 4 games.
Sorry,
out.
Sonny and Allison and Pittsburgh family. Sorry about that.
Yep. Then you got the West Coast here. You got the San Jose Vegas series is pretty crazy. There's a big controversial call. We're not going to call conspiracy theory like people say. So a guy on Vegas cross-checked a dude on San Jose, It didn't look that bad, but I guess how he went down looked, oh my gosh, it was really bad. So the rest called a 5-minute major. In a 5-minute major, even if you score a goal, regular power play, you score a goal, the guy comes out of the box. 5-minute major, you stay in the box regardless. You have to stay for the whole 5 minutes, regardless if the goal is scored or not. San Jose scored 4 goals in 4 minutes and ended up beating the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 7, or Game 6 or Game 7, I believe. Okay. So that was a big talk of the town earlier this week.
Is what's that? Nashville still in it?
Nashville's still in it.
Okay, and they goalie is Rike something.
Pecorine.
Pecorine.
Yep.
Yeah, Pecorine is a nice goalie. That's a little bit I know about.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Boston played Toronto. That went 7 games. Boston ended up winning that. A little side note about that: Austin Matthews, who is from Scottsdale, plays in Toronto. Now his golf season starts, which means he'll be coming back here. We talked to Connor. I was like, Connor, you need to get Austin Matthews in the gym. If he can come in here, we need to get him on the show. We need to get him working out at our studio. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
We see a lot of young hockey guys in here that we train. Not only myself, but Connor trains a lot. So it'd be really cool to have him come in here. I can have all my hockey guys come in here and be like, oh my gosh, like a real NHL star. That'd be really awesome.
Who'd you get that autograph from that Connor had?
So he trains some players, Caleb Wall, Dean, and another guy. They're 15 and 16 years old, so they're starting to get looked at now for like junior clubs.
Okay.
So I know Caleb got an offer from a team in New Jersey for a goalie. He's a 6'5" goalie.
Yeah.
Huge,
yeah,
monster.
Caleb's monster.
16 years old,
yeah.
right? Bigger than me.
Wall's son, yeah.
Yeah.
But you got an autograph from somebody.
Yeah,
Who?
that was from them on a puck. We still have the puck here somewhere. We have a
No,
puck.
when Connor had that guy come in and you said,
Oh. That was a guy from the Sabres.
Okay.
Yeah. Sabres are.
Your team.
Are you poking the bear right now?
No,
Are you giving me a hard time?
I'm
So I
not.
give you a hard time about the
You
Thunder?
always gonna give me a hard time about
doing.
No,
I
I'm
see what
not.
you're
I'm
doing
trying to
right
bring
there,
up the
man.
guy's name. I don't know the guy's
Yeah. Okay. I see what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
trying to poke him.
Yes.
I'm trying to get the guy's name. That's because he just wants any excuse to keep poking at me about Westbrook.
He's
been
mad
a
at me.
very
He's
hard
mad at me.
week. It's
So I was
been a very
I
hard
was
week.
having some fun with him.
No, I was
the other
being
day.
tortured. I was being tortured. I walked in here. Oh, let me tell you, this week has been terrible. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I need a psychiatrist. I need help.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't need help.
I've been getting beat up, y'all. This is real out here. You know.
Well, this is what happens when you wear it on your sleeve. But you should wear it on your sleeve. Like you're a fan, man. Like I wear my Ohio every day. I have something Ohio State on my body all the time. You know, so I ride and I die with them.
Yep.
You know.
Same with me.
And my Red Sox. So, which we're not doing very well right now, which is I'm okay with that. It's still early in the season, as we're almost transitioning into our baseball talk here.
Okay.
But just wrapping up with hockey, both number 1 seeds in the East and West are out, which is pretty wild. So I recommend if you guys want to go watch some really good hockey. Playoff hockey is fun, fast, and exciting. So round 2 is already started, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how that ends up.
I like Ethan's take too when he was doing all about the hockey stuff. Ethan was great. Ethan, if you're watching, we miss you on the show. You was awesome last week. I love watching you.
Your breakdown was fantastic, man.
Perfect.
It was like
perfect, Ethan.
Yeah, that was really cool.
You're a good kid.
So going into baseball, the baseball world is still kind of turned upside down. How many games in are we? About 26, 28 games or so. I don't want to
We
get
can't
too
go
much
crazy.
into it,
Right.
but I want to talk about Cody Bellinger, who's from here. He's got 11 or 12 home runs. Christian
Dodgers.
Yelich for Milwaukee, he's got 11 or 12 home runs. My Red Sox aren't doing too hot. The Yankees have more than half their team is on the IL. We got to call it the IL this year. They changed it from the disabled list to the injured list.
Okay.
To be politically correct, whatever. Literally, more than half their team is on the IL. So I watched them play the Angels the other night, like a couple innings, and I had no idea who anybody was on their team. But they have such a fantastic farm system. It's like something about my dad always says. It's something about you put on the pinstripes and like you're all of a sudden it's a magical thing. Like you're all of a sudden a great player.
It's like the Patriots.
It's crazy, right?
Like the Patriots, yeah.
Who else do we have? Seattle's coming out hot this year, which is good.
The Mets is surprising me that they still in the league, but it's early in the year.
Yeah.
St. Louis is one of them teams that we picked that was going to be there at the end. Even though
I still think they are.
Yeah.
It's still a young season.
And do you see the Padres here in third place, up underneath the Dodgers?
And who else?
And up underneath
Arizona. Diamondbacks.
The Padres is beneath the Diamondbacks. With a $300 million dude on their team that Patrick has been going hyper about. Dude, That's
They just
terrible.
need more pitching.
I remember he told me 2 weeks ago when the Padres was in first place. That was like after 5 games. You know, they're in first place.
The Padres need pitching. They just had one of their young guys come up. He's 1-1, but he was lights out the other night, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Who else? Yeah, Tampa Bay is up in the East, which is pretty wild. Like I said, everything is kind of upside down, but I think once the ship gets
$400
righted,
million man, and the Angels is in
No
last
pitching.
place. Yeah,
No
but you got a
pitching, man.
$400 million man, and you
he's
have
just one guy. He's one
That's
guy.
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the
I
problem.
agree.
As much as I believe Trout deserves the money, I don't know if he deserves $400 million. Just like I don't believe that Harper deserves $300 million, and Machado, I say mess it up all the time, $300. But if I'm in last place, I have no business paying nobody $400 million. If I need pitching, you know how many pitchers I can get with $400 million?
Exactly. Yeah, I hear you. Buddy of mine, Matt Frankenfeld, if you're out there, Frankie, he's got a theory which some teams have experimented with. Instead of paying all these starters all this money, to go 6, 7, 8, 9 innings, you go bullpen. You have your closer come out 2 innings, and you go by committee. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to pay all these guys all this money because they're only pitching, a couple innings a game, and they can pitch every 3 or 4 days because their arm isn't so worn out.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
So
I like that.
Yeah, the A's tried that last year in the playoff, in the 1-game playoff against the Yankees. It didn't quite work out. I think Tampa Bay tried that a few times, but it's still like an experimental thing that teams are trying to work out. So,
well, I see going in the American League East. I see. I hate to say it, but I think the Yankees gonna come out of there. I know you don't like to say anything Yankees or pinstripe.
well, hold on. Hype
Yankee.
and no hype. So if I'm in the hype,
If I'm in the hype, I'm going with Boston
I'm in the
because you're a
hype-
Boston guy. So I'm
don't do it because of me.
I'm saying I'm in the hype.
Okay.
I can say that if I'm in the hype.
Sure.
I'm in the hype because
Sure.
of Boston because I know
Sure.
you go with Boston.
Right.
If I'm no hype, I'm thinking it's the Yankees. Central. So your hype and no hype out of the East.
Obviously, hype
Boston.
Red Sox, but no hype. It's still too early to tell.
You don't want to say Yankees. That's the
Well,
problem.
hold on. Because of all their injuries. But they're still, like I said, they're still doing well. I got you. I know it's so hard.
He don't
It's
want
so
to
hard.
say Yankees.
It's
He don't
so
want to
hard.
say Yankees
It's
at all.
so hard right now. I know. It's so bad. It's like the worst. Oh,
Say
man,
Toronto.
I got it.
This is Toronto. Because you can't say Baltimore. And I don't believe in Tampa
Baltimore.
Bay.
Yeah, I know.
So, say it. I'm going to talk like
Hold on.
Two-Face and Batman.
Thank
Right
you.
now. Say it. That's what I'm talking
That's
about. Get it
neat.
out. That's that. We got
my
pills
God.
for that.
I know. I got like my man Colin Coward said. When you have a sports discussion or argument, as soon as you become emotional, I have won the argument. So I got to take my emotion out of it.
Yankees. You said it. I'm proud of you. You know, the intervention, it just happened here. Y'all just seen that? That was beautiful. That was good stuff. All right, so after Central, my hype is definitely not the Chicago White Sox. So we're gonna go ahead. I said that's my hype.
True. That is
so
true.
I'm seeing Cleveland because of James. James, that's my man. And I'm seeing no hype. Cleveland. I'm just gonna go Cleveland.
Okay.
The hype and no hype.
Okay.
So your hype.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, Minnesota's hot right now. They got their shortstop is doing really well, even at the plate. Forgot his name. I just follow fantasy baseball, and I see that on fantasy baseball. Cleveland, I mean, their pitching is going to be really well. They got a couple bats. Detroit, man, Miguel Cabrera is getting old. They really don't have everybody on their squad.
Detroit ain't the same Detroit Tigers.
But going into the West, I mean, Houston's going to come out of there.
Easy.
I mean, Seattle, hot start.
I'm gonna say hype Houston. I'm gonna say no hype Oakland. They always find a way to come out.
Yeah, they're Moneyball.
They're Moneyball. Find a way. National League transitioning. Then we go ahead and close this out.
I'm gonna say Atlanta. Atlanta, the baby Braves. Watch out, everybody. Watch out.
I totally agree with that. That's a good one.
Even though they're in third place right now, like the season's still young. We understand that. Philly, Bryce Harper.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
We'll see, but they're up there right now. The Mets, DeGrom, they just had an MRI on DeGrom's arm.
Yeah.
Or his elbow. They said it came back negative, which is good, but he had surgery on his elbow like in 2012 for Tommy John. Got a little sore. He did have 30 games of quality starts in a row, which is a record. So good for him.
Okay.
Moving on to the Central.
Central. My hype is, of course, the Cubs. My no hype is St. Louis.
I do gotta say, Javi Baez last week has had some really fun plays, not only at the plate but in the field. Like he is a electric
He's
dude.
been
He's
like
fun
that
to
for
watch.
the past
man.
couple of years.
He's
I
fun to watch.
always like Javi Baez.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
like cool shortstop, power hitting. He's the hardest. To me, he's one of the hardest. So they try to make Rizzo and Bryant the hardest soul of the team. To me, they go as
Bryant's
best.
still injured? I don't know. I haven't heard his name
I
called
haven't
out
heard
this
it.
year.
Yeah. And going to the West, my of course, my hype is the Dodgers, and my no hype is the Dodgers. So just to let you know, everybody know that. Your hype? No hype.
I'm surprised Arizona is in second place right now.
Okay.
I mean, we had them written off at the beginning of the season. I think even on this show we were like, Arizona nothing, Second place right now. Greinke had a triple the other day. Nice job, Greinke.
Yeah, I wish he was still a Dodger.
Sorry. But, I mean, the Dodgers are so hot right now. I mean, I feel like I'm taking a quote from Mugatu. That Hensley's so hot right now.
Okay.
Those Dodgers are so hot right now.
I love it. I love it. I hope they can stay
their
hot.
bats are ridiculous. I mean, like you said, Bellinger's got 11 or 12 jacks. I mean,
So just like all the people that I like.
Kershaw's back because you're on my fantasy team. Kershaw, great job. He's finally off the IL.
We ain't be soon.
good. No,
He'll
it's
be on
good.
there soon. Kershaw.
No, he's fine. I think he'll be fine.
He has Siri that directs him direct to the injured list all the time. How do I play baseball? You're going on the injured list. That's just what Siri tells you. Every year he's always on the injured list. So I don't put any stock in the Kershaw.
Well, I'm glad he started late because you can have his arm in for the playoffs.
Yeah,
They're probably gonna make the playoffs.
and that's
again.
the problem with the Dodgers. We good regular season.
But you get there. It's like LeBron. You've been to the finals 8 times, only won 3 of them, but you get there. 2 of them, 3 of them, 3 of them, 3 of them.
Okay, I'm used to saying Michael win championships. This stuff about me rooting for people and they don't win chips is a problem. I need a chip. So I need a chip, Dodgers.
You
If
have
y'all
one. You
watch,
got Jordan. 6.
yeah, I need something now. I got
fair enough.
I got the Lakers, dealing about 4 with Kobe, and I don't have the Dodgers hasn't won anything. The Raiders. Okay, it's been bad. This was a great show. I've realized that the teams I've been picking they suck. So
Hey,
And
that's being a fan, sports fan. We all got our teams, ride and die with our teams,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, sign out.
Yes, sir.
Great job.
Great
Missed
job.
you for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Missed you
miss you
guys too. Just real quick, going back to the baseball. If you guys have a take or a hype and no hype about your teams or how you think the divisions are going to fall, put it in the comments.
Yep.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys
Next week.
next week.
Talk about more playoffs, more baseball, more whatever. We got to talk about. We had James back on the show.
Yep.
We're going to do our NFL roundtable. Are we still going to do that?
I'd like to do that.
Let's
It'd be
talk
kinda
with
cool.
Darwin, see if we can get that going. And
Yeah.
Sonny, we still got to make that road trip out to Sonny's Pittsburgh
Right.
layer. And then we got to go out to back to Santana, go out to the barbershop again. So we got some road trips coming up. So hopefully y'all see us in another location next week.
Sounds good.
All right.
We'll see you then.
All right.